Good morning, everyone. It's Lynn Dunn from Stamptastic Designs. Thanks so much for joining me today. So today I am going to walk you through a couple alternate card ideas featuring the July Paper Pumpkin Kit. So this paper pumpkin kit is called Painted Petals, and I'll just grab the stamp set here. So this is the stamp set that came in this month's kit. And it just has a variety, of course, of different images that you can use to create your cards. And there was enough supplies in this kit to create 9 cards, 3 of each of the 3 different designs. So today I'm going to show you what I did. I actually cut up all the supplies, kind of like I normally do. Cut up all the supplies and created a variety of different cards. So I'm going to walk you through a couple of the cards, and then I'll show you all the other designs that I created with this kit. So good morning, everyone. All right, so let's go to our cards here. The first thing I'm going to show you is all of these cards I created with the envelopes that came in the kit. So I'm going to show you just some of the envelopes and some of the actual cards. So these are the kit cards. So there were 3 different designs, and they're just beautiful. I love the little splatter look in the background, and the elements for the cards um, are the ones that are popped up here. They're just so pretty. And then, of course, there's coordinating envelopes. So here's the envelopes that go with each of these cards. So you can kind of see. So what I did is I cut up the envelopes to create a variety of different cards. I know you guys like to have coordinating envelopes, and so do I. But with these kits, I thought it was just kind of a fun way to create some alternate cards. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how I cut this envelope up, and we'll create the first alternate design. So what I like to do is I like to just cut off the edge of the envelope first, because it just allows me to open up the envelope. So we're just going to cut this off. And that way then we can just open up this envelope, and we have this pretty paper on the inside that you can use as designer paper. And then, of course, we have this little element here on the outside. So I just cut off this bottom part where there's this score line. So I cut right above the score line. It just makes it easier to cut. And then I cut this down. So I lined up the bottom here, and I cut this down to 4 inches. So I just cut off the top, and I saved this piece for to make other cards. All right, and then I turned this and I lined it up at 2 3/4 inches just to give myself a little piece here that I could use. And of course, this I saved to use for other cards. So it's basically a 2 3/4 by 4-inch piece. That is what I used to create the cards that I'm going to share with you. So here is the first alternate design. Let me just straighten out my camera here a little bit. So basically, it's just this piece adhered to some Mossy Meadow cardstock. So, of course, when you create alternate designs, you have to, add your own supplies. So I just use Mossy Meadow because it's the darker green in here, and I just thought it kind of pulled this color out nicely. Now, this piece is just left over from cutting up the envelope, or you can cut apart the card bases. I'll show you that in a little bit. So this is just a 2 3/4 by 4 1/4 inch piece. So I just added this right across this card. Let's get the glue to work. So it's a very simple design, but it's just kind of a fun way to use the envelopes. If you don't want to use the envelopes as they're intended, you know. So this just goes right in the center, And that's really it for the design. And I just used some of the greetings in this particular kit. They had these little shapes all cut out already. So normally when I stamp a greeting, I kind of cut around it like that. Well, in this kit, the greeting was already um, cut out like that. I just had to stamp the greeting on here. And so we just add this, and then of course you can add some linen thread and some of the little embellishments that came in the kit. So just a really quick and simple little card and just a fun way to use the envelope. And that's really what I did with these other designs. So let me grab this one. I just made a couple different layouts for you to use with these envelopes. So I cut this envelope up the same way. So this is, all the envelopes have the image off to the left side of the envelope. So I just cut this up the same way. So this is a 2 3/4 by 4 inch piece from the envelope. And then this is also from one of the envelopes, this little piece. And so this piece is 2 3/4 by 3.5. And so this is the 3.5 inch side. So basically I just adhered this right behind this image, and it just gives it a really nice look. So let's just go ahead and do that. Just kind of brings out that peach color in the flowers. And then I just adhered it down to the card base. So for this one, I decided to use some old olive for my card base. So that's what I have here. And I'm going to put that on a little bit crooked, but you get the idea. And then I just used some of the greetings from this particular kit, but you can add any greeting that you want to. So we'll just kind of pop this up on the bottom here. And then of course you can add the little linen thread and the little embellishments that came in the kit. And then on the inside, I just used some leftover pieces from the envelopes just to kind of decorate the inside. So it's a great way to use up your scraps to just add some color and decoration to the inside. So that's the second layout. And here is the last card that I'll walk you through, but I got a couple other card ideas that I'll share with you. So for this one, I decided to emboss the background. So I have a piece of white cardstock that I just embossed with the Distress Tile 3D embossing folder. And then I used the same elements. So this is the 2 3/4 by 4 inch piece cut from the envelope. And then for this one, I cut a 1 by 4 3/4 inch piece right out of the paper from the envelope. So let me show you that real quick here. So the envelopes have this paper on the inside. So like this is the element on the outside, and then this is the color on the inside. So that's where I got this piece, was from the inside of the envelope, actually from the flap of the envelope. So basically I'm just going to adhere this piece to the card front, and then I'm going to add that little envelope piece. So these are just, like I said, really quick and simple ways to use the envelopes to create even more cards with your kit. So I like to create a variety of different cards. I think these cards that came in this kit are so pretty, but I like to just kind of cut up the envelopes, play around with the supplies a little bit to create even more cards. So you can create way more than 9 cards with each kit. So for this one, we will just add just a different greeting. I'll just add this greeting right here. And I think I got a couple embellishments left. Let's put a couple on here. Well, we'll just add some up to the top here. So there you go. And then you can add the linen thread. I won't take you through tying the linen thread on there, but then you can just add a little bit baker's twine or linen thread, whatever you have on hand. So quick and simple. These are the three card designs that I came up with, for using the envelope. But I have a couple more that I want to share with you. So the other way I use the envelope, let me grab it here. So you can also use the envelope this way. You can cut just a little bigger piece. This is a 3.5 by 4 3/4 inch piece from the envelope. It goes all the way across. And then you can add just a little bit of pink over on the side here. And then, embellish it with your greeting and whatever other embellishments you want to use. So those are the ways that I use the envelopes. So let's move these over because I have a couple more card ideas to share with you. So then with the elements in the kit, so you can create the cards as intended because they're very beautiful as intended. So this is how, the kit shows to create it. But basically what I did is I cut apart this card base so that I could use um, this part of the card base. The card bases that come in the kit always have like this colored card base on the back. So I just cut it in half and then I used it to just create a similar card to the kit card. I just put it on my own card stock. So that's what this is. And then I did the same with the pink one. I just cut apart the card base and just put it on a new card base. And I did that so that I could have that extra, so that I could have this extra paper here to play with. So then what I did is I created 2 additional cards by cutting apart the card base again. So this is just a 3-inch wide piece and it's 5.5 inches long. So instead of using the full piece, I just cut it down a little bit. And then I added a little bit of, the card base behind it. A little bit of this color. Where is it? I gotta find it. Where is my green one? Let's grab these here. So here, these are the kit cards, and these are all the colors that come on the back. So I use this green here as a little accent behind this card, and I just think it turned out just really, really pretty. So that piece, I know you guys are wondering what size that piece is. So it's 3.5 by 4 inches. So it's 3.5 by 4. And that's the little green piece that I added behind this piece. So I did that with both of these cards. I just thought it was just kind of really a pretty way to enhance the design a little bit. So you can add, linen thread, or you can do it without. This one is without, so it's really pretty with or without. And then let's see, I have these little cards here that I created. So I just used that element from the kit and put it on some embossed cardstock and just added, a little piece of that designer paper. I call it designer paper, but it's actually the card base from the kit. And here's another one similar to the other one that I shared. Just another fun design. And then this one, because I used this element over here, I was left with just kind of this, what do you call it? Kind of a more transparent image. So all of these cards have this transparent image behind it, behind the element. That's what gives it that fun look. You have that little watercolored image behind this element. So that's what this is. So this element technically goes on top of here, but I just used it by itself so that I could create just a very simple little design. So those are the card ideas that I have. So I have, let's see, 5, 10, I have 11 different card ideas featuring this particular kit and the envelopes from the kit. So you're able to create 11 plus these 3. So I have 14 different cards. Um, plus the ones I created with you guys live. So that's three more. So I had 17 so far. And I still have a little bit of designer paper left. I have a couple envelopes left. So technically, if you cut up this entire kit, you could make over 20 cards with this kit instead of just 9. So that's why I like to kind of play around with the kit and just just come up with some different ways to use the supplies that are in the kit. I think these cards are just absolutely beautiful. I love the little splatter behind there, you know, those softened images behind there, and the elements for the card are just really pretty. So it's definitely a fun kit. So if you missed out on this kit, I do have an extra. You can find it by clicking on the link featured in the description with this video. So I'd be happy to get that kit out to you. I also have some other kits out on my website. So if you ever missed a paper pumpkin kit, you can go check them out and see if you're interested in any of those. This is probably one of my favorite kits so far. I have quite a few favorites. And so this one kind of ranks up there with some of those others. Just a really pretty kit. I just really love all the different details in this kit. So I hope this helps give you some ideas, some fun ways that you can use your paper pumpkin kit to create some alternate designs. And like I said, if you just play around and cut up the supplies, you can create a lot more than the 9 cards that are featured in the kit. So, all right, you guys. So I hope you enjoyed these card ideas. Again, you can find the link to some past paper pumpkin kits, and you can also find the link to Paper Pumpkin. If you're not a subscriber, I highly recommend becoming a subscriber because, well, there's lots of demonstrators like myself that, you know, give you some alternate ways to use the kit. So I have not been disappointed with any of the kits that I've received. I've always been able to create some other designs with them. So all right. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your day and a great rest of your week. And I will see you guys all again next week. So take care, everybody.